Hello, welcome to His and Hers video podcast. My name is Melissa, and you can find me on most social media as Meliabella.
And I'm Sean, and you can find me on most social media as either Sean or Viper989, Viper_989,
Viper413.
Viper413, because apparently there are a lot of copycat Vipers out there.
So we know it's been a while, it's kind of what happens, but we're recording because a bunch of people have asked, so we thought we'd give it a shot. We're off today because we have to go to some parent-teacher conferences this afternoon, which ought to be a lot of fun. But we'll see what happens.
Why? Our kids are fine. I don't understand why this is a big deal.
Well, parental anxiety is parental anxiety. So what have you been up to? You've been pretty busy this year.
Well, for gaming, really only one game. I mean, I did do the Star Wars Battlefront demo, which was awesome.
That was
Looking
fun to
forward to
watch.
that in a couple of weeks.
When does that one land?
Sometime in November, I think, the second or third week.
And you pre-ordered that?
I pre-ordered that. And,
Through?
GameStop.
Okay.
And I have Black Ops 3 also pre-ordered through GameStop. Just doing the Call of Duty thing, because most of the people I play with play Destiny and Call of Duty. So, but Destiny, since the last time I recorded, Taken King came out, which is the second large bundle, actually the first real large expansion pack for Destiny. There were a couple of DLCs that came out before this, but I had purchased those when I got the original game when it came out in 2014.
And you got the collectible edition.
And I had to, because once you go to collectibles, you never go back really. So, it came with a steelbook case. It came with a book with some of the lore and stuff involved with it. Nathan, what's his name?
Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. They decided to use him as the voice for one of the. Actually, I guess he'd been the voice for one of the characters, but that character really wasn't fleshed out. Cade 6. So, yeah, it was really cool. I'm really enjoying the game. There's lots of controversy about it because there are a bunch of whiny kids out there who think it should be one way rather than another. But in terms of the longevity of the game and how long they want it to go, 10 years, I think they're pacing it well. There's certainly enough content. I will do the same content over and over again with people, and it's a different experience every time. We have a lot of fun playing it. So, haven't completed the hard raid yet. Got to Oryx the other night, and we stopped.
And that's single player or online?
It's multiplayer. The raid is multiplayer with 5, so it's a 6-man fire team, and there's a regular version of the raid and a hard version of it. And the hard version, you're supposed to be a higher level, and they add more enemies that are harder to kill, change a little bit of the dynamics and mechanics of the game to make it different from the regular raid.
Cool.
So we got through it pretty quick, except for Oryx, because they changed some stuff in the final boss. So.
And what else have you been up to this year?
What else have I been up to? The whole Call Force Firefighter thing. Been training and taking my class. My class finishes up in December. The final is now available. I just have to get my butt in gear and take it.
And then you graduate in December.
And then I graduate and I have to take the challenge, the state tests, so I can get certified as a Fire 1-2. And then it's, I don't know what.
Then we wait.
Probably for a while, just be a Call Force Firefighter.
But next year you'll take civil service?
Civil service exam is available in the spring. Don't know if I want to get into the whole EMT thing, but eventually if I want to go full-time as a firefighter in Massachusetts, I have to have my EMT 1. So.
Cool. You've been gone a lot. And so have I.
Yes.
So my turn?
Unless you want me to talk about stuff that I got from Rhinebeck, or are we going to do a Rhinebeck
we'll do Rhinebeck
section?
all together, I think.
So then that's it for me.
Okay. So what I'm working on is I'm actually spinning. You can see my wheel is lower than the camera allows, but I'm working on the second bobbin. This is the first, and this is Hello Yarn. The color's pretty accurate. It is Slumber, which was the Fiber Club from September 2014. It's 85% Pullworth and 15% Tussa Silk. and it, like all of Hello Yarn, Adrian's preps is amazing. I used to think that I didn't like silk in my fiber. It turns out I don't like when people process the crap out of their fiber and I can't spin it. So this is spinning up really nice, and I only have that much left. So pretty excited to ply it and move on to the next thing. I'm using my little fiber basket that Froggy Monkey Amy made me. It's a little squished because it was up on my wheel. I put it on my wheel like that, and so it squishes in a little bit. The next thing I'll be spinning is more Hello Yarn. My friend Susan bought it and she doesn't spin, so I'm going to spin it for her, so that's going to be fun. The two things I'm knitting on are my own designs, and one of them I can finally share with you. This is, I have really big feet, so I have a women's size 11, excuse me, and I knit my cuffs really long, but this is a design that I wrote for the Cold Sheep kit, which Tangerine Designs is coming out with in November. It's a pre-order kit that comes with two patterns. This, the Slippery Slope sock pattern, which you can't really see there we go. It's got a traveling slipped stitch with eyelets. And you could do it onto the foot if you wanted to, but I didn't design it that way. And the yarn is not available for the kit because the whole idea is that you're supposed to use yarn in your stash. But if you wanted to add to your stash, the yarn was sent to me by Into the World to design with, and this is their new kettle dye. Let's see if you can really see. Oh yeah. And this is the Walla Walla colorway. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you didn't need to see me.
Yeah, you're not important. Shush. So, if you follow Zephead8, Zephead8, that's Casey of Tangerine Designs on Instagram. She'll be posting teasers and information, and if you follow me, I'll let you know when the kits go up. But it's not just my pattern. Susan B. Anderson also designed the hat pattern, so feeling a little out of my league standing next to her in a kit, but she's absolutely a sweetheart, so I'm super excited to stand next to somebody so amazing and accomplished. And her hat is adorable. You have to see it. And like I said, it should be available to pre-order soon, but just keep your eye on social media. And I'm binding off, I have a whole bunch of them over there, but my Slippery Slope cowl, which is different but has a similar stitch pattern in one area. The cowl is coming out on November 1st, so hopefully this will be live by then. And this is the larger version, and I'm using Miss Babs Yowza in the Berlin colorway for this one. I had to do a little video tutorial for a couple of my test knitters. They were having some trouble understanding the stitch, but once I provided that video it helped them a lot, so we were able to tweak the words and get it so it was a little bit more clear, which has been kind of the neat thing about learning how to design. Is I have an English degree and I used to be an English teacher and I write every day at work, but to write knitting patterns it's a different language, so it's been really cool to learn all of that. So I'm about to bind off. I have one more row on that. And that's really all I've been knitting on, other than working on your sweater here and there, but that is so heavy that I just can't be toting that around anymore. So it'll eventually get done.
You know, the quicker you finish it, the quicker it's on me and not in a bag or you're carrying around with you.
That's true.
The lighter it'll be.
So I finished something just the other day. Can you put one on this one and I'll put one on this one? So I spun for socks, and this is Crown Mountain Fibers, which is no longer available, but you can sometimes get it on D-Stash. And it was the We Are the Champions colorway, and I spun it up and knit some socks. And so it's a 3-ply, and they're a little stretched out because I did wear them the other night, and they're so toasty. So if you have the chance to knit with hand spun for socks, I totally recommend it. And I'm looking forward to spinning the next color that I got on D-Stash. It's an autumn colorway of Crown Mountain that I bought from Susan Pandorf, actually, from her D-Stash. Oh, that's a good angle. So if you have the chance, definitely knit some hand spun socks. I had 3 ounces of hand spun yarn left, so I think for one of my friends for Christmas I may send them, somebody who has smaller feet than I do, my huge feet, because it's enough to make socks for them. So give them the chance to knit with some hands. But it's so squishy. You don't get any because you walk through your socks. He has 2 more pairs of socks I have to darn. Darn it. So, want to talk about Rhinebeck?
Sure.
We go with friends. They fly in from all over, drive in from all over.
We stay at an undisclosed location.
We rent some cabins with
we rent
friends.
one cabin.
We rent our cabin, and other people rent their cabin. And we arrive on Friday, and this is the earliest we've ever gotten there this year. And we had lunch with some of our friends, which was really nice. The friends that were already there. And Sean only got to stay through Saturday because he had to go for firefighter training on Sunday. So Rhinebeck felt weird for me. It felt really fast and short because I didn't really get to pack a lot of the stuff that I normally pack or bring because he left Sunday night at like 7. So like I didn't have a Saturday night. I didn't have like a heavy coat, which I probably could have used.
Yeah, it was cold.
Things like that. I tried to keep things to a minimum as much as I could. Friday night, we provide dinner for our friends because a lot of them are flying in or driving long distances, and we only have a 3-hour drive. So last year, we made like pasta salad and sausages over the fire. This year, I made 3 different kinds of soup and got bread, and we had that, and so that was delicious. You guys had some special beer.
Yep, we had Hetty Topper.
Which I procured during my busy travel season to Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont.
Awesome.
And then you guys had huge fires, but it was so cold.
Yep.
I think this is the coldest Rhinebeck we've ever been to.
We've had some pretty warm ones. I've been in shorts a couple times.
Yep, it's been
Not this
warm.
year.
No, it was chilly. And so Saturday we get up pretty early. A couple of our friends think we're crazy, but I like not sitting in traffic, so I'm glad that we did go early. And we wait at the main gate and meet people around us and talk to them about their sweaters. And we met a really nice duo of ladies called the Clucking Hens.
Yep.
And they own a yarn shop in Maine.
It's either Maine or New Hampshire.
Or was it Vermont? Crap, I'll have to look it
Actually,
up.
I think it was Vermont.
Okay, Vermont. Oh, that makes sense because I was done with Vermont in
Yep.
September this year, and I wasn't going back up there. So I'm going to check them out if I get travel territory up there again next year. And they were so sweet and really funny. I loved chatting with them. And we saw a lot of the bobble hat. It's the sheep hat.
Sheep hats.
They were really cute. And, of course, now everybody wants to knit them, and why not? Because they're adorable. And the first place we went to, we have a master plan. So
You're going to tell people the master plan? Because what if they do it?
most of them don't have the secret weapon.
That's true. Most of them.
This is the secret weapon. So we usually hit up Miss Babs first because I like to see what the annual color is. I purchased it only last year and this year. And then if I have the ability to get to the Yowza, I like to get a sweater quantity. So this year I was able to get in there and not get knocked over, which was nice because last year I got knocked over. That was not fun. But Sean stands in line, and if he gets to the register, he lets the person behind him go. And this year you were what, third in line?
Third in line.
And I was there in time for him to be third in line and pay.
Yep.
So those of you who haven't been to Rhinebeck, it's set up in different areas. There's the 4-H entrance in the main gate. We go in the main gate, which has the ABCD building and the food building access right there. And so we go into Miss Babs first, which is in B building, and it's around the back because the line will go out the back of the building and around the building as the weekend progresses. So Sean was third in line from when the gates opened, and we don't run, we walk briskly. And you get in line and I buy what I want. So I grabbed this color. Ooh, that is...
Makes it look red.
Does it? It's pink. It's
super
fuchsia. And it's called Floyd. And I got 2 skeins. It's Miss Babs Yowza, and I'm going to knit a sweater.
For me.
No, that's mine. And I got the annual Rhinebeck colorway in sock. And this year, they call it Rhinebeck 2015, and I got it on the Cura base, which is a 4-ply fingering, and it's 100% superwash merino. shadows are making it look weird, but you get the gist. I'm excited to see how it knits up. I don't wear through my socks as easily as Sean does, so I'm not worried about there not being any nylon. And it actually, the base reminds me of Socks That Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Lightweight, so, which I love, so I'm excited to knit that. You didn't get anything at Miss Babs, right?
No.
Where did you get your stuff?
The Fold.
Yes. So then, did we go to the Fold next?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, was Hannah with us?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Hannah checked out and then stuck with us
Yep.
for most of the day. And Sean every year picks out skeins from the Folds for Socks That Rock. And this year he chose Sam Hain.
Sam Hain.
Sam Hain. I don't know what the reference is. I didn't look it up.
It's a very Halloween-y thing.
Oh. But it's a really cool olive, yellowy green, a dark, dark gray purple, and then a blue gray. So that'll knit up pretty cool. And that's medium weight. And then he picked out Hanging with My Gnomies for me, because I love gnomes. I love the colors in that. It has that similar,
And teal.
and I love aqua, teal, Tiffany blue. It's the best. So we'll knit those up, and usually we knit them, I knit them for us to wear the next year at Rhinebeck, so they're Rhinebeck socks. That's our tradition. And then, where did we go? We just kind of wandered around.
Oh, we got in line for Clara Parks.
Oh, that's right. So, my friend Clara, Clara Parks, is an author, and she started Knitter's Review and has many books, like the Knitter's Book of Wool, Knitter's Book of Socks, Knitter's Book of Yarn, and she has a new book coming out in January, and you can pre-order it now on Amazon, and she was 6th in the travel category while we were at Rhinebeck,
Yeah.
which is crazy because the book hasn't even come out yet. So definitely pre-order your copy. I've got to turn that off. It's driving me crazy. And so she had 100 reader copies, which aren't fully edited, which was driving her crazy, of her new book, Knitlandia. And I was so excited that I got a copy. And our friend Hannah got a copy as well. So I'm excited to read it. With Clara's books and Stephanie Pearl McPhee's books, I kind of just bite through them, take little tastes, because I don't want them to be over, because they only publish every year or two. So I really like to just kind of, it's like having a really good chocolate bar. You know, just have like a little bit and then put it away. Have a little bit and then put it away. So I haven't started it yet, but I'm excited to do it. Because if I start it and read it, it will be over. And then we just hung out. You got a breakfast sandwich. Where's your breakfast sandwich from, so we can tell everybody about the breakfast sandwiches?
I don't know the name of the place. It's on the food court area.
Yeah, it's one of the permanent booths.
Yeah, I don't know if it has a name.
Across from the pavilion. And it's
It's just a sausage, egg and cheese, but they do it on a bulky roll.
a Kaiser roll, because
Like a
that's the
Kaiser
New York
roll?
thing to
Yeah.
do. And it's soft. The roll is super, super soft.
It's really good.
So yummy.
And they had good coffee this year.
Yep. This year and last
They
year we
moved.
found the best coffee place there is Miss Bud's.
Yeah, I think so.
And they have 4 or 5 locations throughout the fairgrounds, but they have...
I didn't see one up by the restrooms this year.
It-
Was it
It
there?
was there, but we didn't spend much time there on Saturday. We went over there mostly on Sunday when you weren't there. But they have a really good peppermint mocha that's really tasty.
Yep.
Is that what you got when you...
No, you got me a caramel macchiato.
Oh, that's
or a caramel latte.
Yeah. So that was really tasty. And then for lunch on Saturday, we actually decided to get a snack at lunchtime, because lunchtime, especially on Saturday, the fairgrounds is really
It's packed.
busy. There are a lot of buses that actually drive in now. I think there are probably around 12 buses all said and done. It was just crazy. So it's a lot of people all eating at the same time. So this year we decided to get a snack, and we just got some French fries because we like French fries. And
They were good.
they were really good. And then mid-afternoon, when the lunch rush had ended, we decided to share a kielbasa Reuben from Janix,
Janix.
which they have 2 locations now as well. They have their red food truck, and then they also have a permanent spot in the food court. And they also have kielbasa on a stick.
Inappropriate on a stick? Yeah.
which I had really hoped that Amy Beth, the fat squirrel, would have talked about in her podcast, but she didn't, which disappointed me greatly. But you can totally just walk around with a stick of sausage and eat it.
Inappropriate.
It's so funny.
Although, good job, ladies. You guys
Yeah.
were doing a good job on those.
Yeah, they were delicious.
They looked good.
Oh man. What else did we do? We didn't get a cider donut because Clara Parks told everybody about the cider donut, so the line was super long.
Yep.
Darn it, Clara. Giving away the secrets.
We stayed later than usual, too.
Oh my gosh, yes, we did.
Because we had something to eat, then we went back and walked around some more.
It was tough to get
We did
into booths
some of
this year.
We did some of the food pavilion, but not too much.
I didn't even go back in. You
We
guys
went-
went to the
we
maple,
went in to get maple,
cotton
'cause
candy
you have to
line.
get maple something.
And that I never made it back in on Sunday. So I didn't really go in. Normally we buy cranberry wine for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I didn't do beef
We
jerky this
didn't
year.
get any of that, so it's okay. We'll do that next year. We did pictures with friends, which was fun. What else did we do? Oh, we waited in the merchandise line, which we've never done
Oh, yeah.
before.
Because you wanted a tote
I
that you didn't end up
did.
getting.
Well, I could have pre-ordered one, and I guess they'll be ready
Do you have your t-shirt?
from. It's upstairs, already put away. You can pre-order, post-order a
Put
tote.
away, put away like on the floor in front of the.
Put away. Jeez. And
This is new for her.
Stop
Putting
it.
stuff away.
I'm being really good. So, I was gonna get this really cute tote, but then I decided I have so many totes, and right now I'm really enjoying my yarn chicken tote from Gusler Designs, and what's the other one I keep using?
Kind of a tote fiend.
Shush. So I didn't feel like I needed another tote. So maybe next year they'll have extras marked down like they did.
It was
this year.
convenient because they ran out. So.
Yes, but I did get a T-shirt, which turns out glows in the dark.
Which begs the question: if they had them, I kind of have a feeling we would have walked out with another tote.
We would have. And if they had had that sweatshirt in my size, we would
Yeah.
have come home with that as well.
The logo
Hannah got
this-
a beautiful
The
sweatshirt.
logo this year was awesome.
Yeah, it was super
It was one of the
cute.
best ones that I've seen in a while
I liked
since the Andy Warhol one.
I liked the Andy Warhol
Yeah.
one, which I know you didn't, but I did like that one.
I didn't mind it. It's just really cheap.
It was cute. But this one is my favorite. So if you have a chance to look online, it was pretty modern. I bought a button, but I have a whole board at work where I put all of my buttons and I keep those together. I collect buttons. So if you have a podcast and I don't have your button, I would love to have your button. But yeah, it was a lot to take in. There were a lot of people. Sunday was a lot more calm at the fairgrounds. I was with our best friends mostly on Sunday because all of our friends left earlier from the cabins. Sean left Saturday night. We do walking tacos on Saturday night.
They were
Leslie
good.
provides Saturday night dinner, and they're always so tasty. And then we did the Pop and Fresh. What do you call that?
I was there for the debacle, the Jiffy Pop, Jiffy Pop debacle.
We had a
as it
Jiffy
will
Pop
always be known.
contest, and there's going to be one every
It has
year now.
now. It has to happen because you cannot not do that again.
Oh my
but-
gosh. So Casey and Lori were trying to make Jiffy Pop over the fire, and it was hysterical. And after that is when you left
Yeah. I
to
love
drive home, because he had a 3-hour drive and had to be on a fire truck at like 7:30 or something, so
9.
yeah.
It was good training though.
Good. I'm glad. I hope it was worth it.
It was. I was glad that it was worth it.
Yeah, I would have been mad if it wasn't. And then Sunday, we got a later start because my nephew Joe, he, doesn't want to get up at 4 a.m. to go and look at yarn, and I don't blame him. And so it was kind of nice to take it easy around the cabins. I got to sit and knit and neaten up a little bit. And when he was ready to go, we headed out, and there was no traffic. We just drove right in, got a great parking spot.
Right.
It was freezing.
Yeah, that was the cold day. It was snowing during my training.
It
so-
snowed the whole day.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I got to look around more in the longer barns, like 36, 38, over in that area by the 4-H entrance on Sunday, which was nice, but it was still quite busy, and it was a little hard to get in and really look in the booths, in the stalls within the barns. The one thing I noticed this year about the population of the people attending Rhinebeck is that people weren't very patient with one another. I didn't get knocked over.
I don't know if that's unique to this year.
Really?
I mean,
maybe in
you
previous...
got knocked over last year.
I did.
People are not impatient at these things. And I don't know what it's attributed to, because, I mean, if people really think they're not going to get what they want, then go earlier. I don't know. The most impatient people seem to go at the worst possible time.
Yeah. So this year I kind of hung back. I didn't buy a ton. Just bought the few things that I showed you. On Sunday I did buy 2 things. Oh wait, no. There was one more thing I bought on Saturday.
I forgot to show what I bought on Saturday.
Oh yes, you should show yours.
Because I try to get something from Red Maple, which is a company that does like machined stuff. So they have hats and gloves and socks. And I needed a sock. I like the alpaca stuff, and I like that they include some technology for wicking moisture. So inside fire boots, inside winter boots, these are, I don't know what they're called because I threw the packaging away because I've already worn them, because I wore them to training. They were awesome. But these are nylon, not nylon.
Superwash alpaca.
Yeah, they're alpaca, but they're not 100%, which means they can be safely placed in the dryer if it's accidentally...
In the washing machine.
The washing machine's fine. The other ones could be washed. No?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Last year he bought pure alpaca socks.
Never again.
And I was like, why didn't he put these in the hamper? They're dirty. Totally washed them and ruined them. Like, the knitter felted his socks.
Yeah.
Not the reverse.
No. I was all ready to not wash them that way. So
It was my bad.
these are awesome. They're really tall for your boots, so that's great.
Yeah. They do have a Facebook page. It's Red
Yes.
Maple. And I just started following them, and they have a great website.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a gift, especially around Christmas, if you're in a cold climate, these are really nice.
This is high quality stuff, and I try to get something every year from them.
Yeah, we like them a lot. Just these.
And I did have a pair of socks knit for me by my mother-in-law.
Yes. That is
Since
the
we're-
Scotty and C yarn, which I bought at Vogue Knitting Live Manhattan 2 years ago, so 2014, January.
And again, she did these. She just kept knitting.
I asked her to.
And again, these are going to be great for winter boots and for fire boots. I don't know if I'm going to wear them too much for training.
No.
Because there's a lot of high impact stuff on my feet.
Yes.
But certainly for outside in the winter, these are going to be awesome.
Yeah. And that's the Wizard colorway.
The color is awesome.
It's Gryffindor. So I bought that yarn, and my mom's been coming over and spelunking into my stash and knitting us socks, which is great because I can't knit as fast as she can. She doesn't have little ones running around. So on Saturday, I also went to, I forget the name,
I don't remember.
Carolina Handspun.
It was a huge booth.
We go every year to her booth. She's super sweet. I think it's Carolina Handspun. And I bought storage bobbins. And so you spin onto your regular bobbins, and then you make a quill out of, a drill bit and some felt, and you put that in here, and you actually wind off of your spinning bobbins so that you can later ply from multiple bobbins. So I have a fleece upstairs and cleaned and ready to go.
And I have a drill.
In our master bedroom closet, and we are going to spin it, and then Sean's going to help me put them on storage bobbins so that when I ply a 3-ply for a sweater, I can use, the first bobbin, the third bobbin, the end bobbin, and have a really nice balanced yarn. So I bought 6 of those, and they were only $2 each.
Yes.
That was great. And then I went, oh no, does it say who they are? Yes, to Blackberry Hill Farm. And I got 4 ounces of Cormo roving in the color sand. It was only $10. I'm so excited to spin this. They're little tiny balls of Cormo. Oh, they smell good. They smell like sheep. So I'm excited to spin that up. I don't know what it will become. Time will tell. And then on Sunday, were you with me when I bought that roving?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so this was the only thing I bought on Sunday. I went to Fox Hill Farm, which is actually local to us. They're in Lee, Massachusetts. And they'll be at the New England Fiber Festival at the Big E in Springfield, Mass. when I go with my mom on November 7th. And I bought a skein of Morit, which is Cormo. That's the color. It has to do with the color of the strain of the sheep, because I asked. And it's an Aran weight, and it is 178 yards. So I think this is going to become a hat or a cowl, but it's so squishy. I wanted worsted, but this booth was picked over. There were people there buying like armfuls to make sweaters, so I was lucky I got anything, really. And that's all I bought besides food. On Sunday I had pierogies with onions and a coffee. And that was it. And played with my nephew, who was adorable. We had a good time. I went for my annual Hansen visit. I visited them on Sunday and spun on a cherry Hansen, which I like the maple.
Yeah, it's
the maple one, the lighter one. But my wheel is a sidekick, and that's the lighter wood. And my bookshelves are the lighter wood. And so I tend to gravitate towards that. And I had fun with that. Sean wants to buy me one, but I don't know. We'll see. They're expensive.
One's just going to show up one day, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, that sounded like a challenge. All right, keep it up.
So the only other thing I think that I have to share right now that you may not know about is something called Groovebook. And it's actually an app, and we have it for iPhone. I don't know if it's available for Android, but you upload anywhere from 50 to 100 photographs from your phone to the app. You pay, I think it's $2.99 that comes out of the bank account. Every month, $2.99, and they send you a book of photos. And for me, this is really great because I take a lot of pictures, but I don't always print them. Like, I'll upload them to Flickr to back them up. I've got them on Instagram, but I don't always print them out. And so this is a really great way for me to get pictures, you know, of the kids and my friends and things like that. And they come out really well. So that's one of them from the summertime. And they actually tell you when you took the picture. So it uploads the time and the date so you know. And they're all perforated, so you can actually rip them out and put them in frames or scrapbook with them, or just keep them in the books if you want to. So I've really been enjoying that. It also tells you, it has the months on the spine, so you can circle the month that you ordered, and then it says 2015. So if you wanted to use these as little, you know, just books, you could. But I'm using them to actually hang up pictures around the house and things like that at work. So that's definitely worth it for $2.99. And I guess they started on Shark Tank, which we don't watch. But I really enjoy them. They come every month. You can also send them to friends and family. So if you like live in Maine and your family is in Indiana, you could have, you know, every month have your parents get a copy of, you know, what you or your kids are doing. So definitely check that out.
Yeah.
The only other thing I have to share is a gift that came in the mail yesterday. And it was from my friend Kristen, who I love, 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 love. Kristen Biscuit Girl. And I didn't ask her permission if I could gush about how much I love her, so she'll just get over it. But she sent me my Christmas gift early and told me to open it. And so she had this bag made for me. And it's by... Where's the tag? Ya purses, or Ja purses, I'm not sure which. They're made in the USA, and they're eco-friendly. And so it's got pockets on both sides. This side's got a nice big one for my iPad. Little pockets in the front, and then the inside has a bunch of pockets as well. So this is going to become my new knitting bag. And then, as if that wasn't enough, because it more than sure was way more than enough, she didn't have to send anything at all. She sent me a skein of her very own hand spun. And I don't know if you've ever seen Kristen spin, but she spins like the wind, and it's gorgeous. And this is 2If by hand fiber in Polworth. The colorway is called Neighborhood, and she got just under 500 yards of a 2-ply, which is crazy. So I'm going to make that into, I think, a large infinity type cowl because the hand spun's really pretty. So I'm excited. So thank you so much, Kristen. You're too kind, too sweet. I miss them already. So we're going to go back to Rhinebeck next year.
Yep. Provided you don't have an open house.
I'm waiting for the dates from my boss. I give him a year's notice, and one of the potential dates for our fall open house, I work in higher ed, is
Sunday.
So they also have the next weekend as a potential date, and I said that I would be really thankful if they chose the latter date. But I think that even if I have to come back on Sunday to do the open house, like, I still think we're going to go. Like, maybe we'll go a day early, or maybe I'll just come home on Sunday and then come back.
Maybe I'll just stay on Sunday and hang out with all our friends.
Like I did?
Yeah, and walk around eating food.
We'll see what happens. I'm thinking positively, which I don't always do, and fingers crossed that they'll choose the following weekend.
Probably
Maybe.
will.
I hope so.
It'll be fine.
So, Halloween's tomorrow. So today
Yep.
we're going to carve pumpkins with the kids and maybe go to the Rag Shag Parade. We're not sure. We don't like going. It's just a lot of people. And, yeah, Matt's going to be Batman.
And Ella's going to be Kitty.
Yeah, she's excited.
Yep.
Matt wants a Batarang.
He's not having a bad day.
So I think that's it. I do have some footage from SSK that I will put up in a separate special episode. We are going to be adding us back onto iTunes, so definitely subscribe there or through Downcast. We are on Instagram. Sean is Viper413 on Instagram. I'm Meliabella, and I spend quite a bit of time on Ravelry. We do have a Facebook group. It's not super active. And we are still collecting preemie caps. We collect preemie caps in memory of our niece who passed away from premature birth. And so we collect preemie hats for Project Sweet Caroline. And so if you have preemie caps that you would like to send to us, we would love to have them. So send me a message on Ravelry and I'll send you our address. On our blog, we do have a PDF that you can download tags so that the family can know where the hat came from if they want to send you a thank you note, which is always nice.
And there's also specifics on the requirements for what the hats have to be.
Yeah. So I think that that's it for today. You made it through an entire episode without me slapping you.
It might be the first one. Ah, almost made it.
Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.
Bye.
Almost made it.